Hey, awesomes. Just coming back to you. It's the middle of week two. It's Wednesday. As I said in the week two overview video, kind of use that get it down now, get it right later as an overall idea of kind of how I want us to kind of think about project one, even leading into project two, some of the writing ideas, the writing concepts. But I do want to clarify anything that you think of, right? When you sit down, what is it you have come to your mind when you sit down to write? The get it down now, get it right later is an example of what I would do, right? And then I kind of broke it down: simplicity, unexpectedness, concreteness, credibility, emotion, story. We'll kind of do something kind of similar. Obviously, we'll provide a few more examples. We'll spend a little bit more time with the telling the story, setting up the narrative a little bit, right? Where mine was more of a choo 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 choo, kind of like almost like a bullet point kind of a list, just to kind of give an outline to kind of show you an example, but to kind of give you some sort of an idea of what this. Now, if yours isn't an Ernest Hemingway story, it doesn't matter. Whatever your narrative is, okay. So part of this helps us think. We're going to reflect back, right? So kind of a little bit of a self-reflection, kind of in a way. What do we think of when we sit down to write? It's kind of like our first question. What pops into our mind? What are the themes? What are the ideas and the concepts that have stuck with us? And can we think back and trace back to where they got started, right? Is it something that, okay, I had an English teacher in ninth grade, right? Or I had an English teacher in sixth grade, or I learned this thing in 12th grade, or whatever it is, right? My teacher told us da, 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 and that has stuck with me, right? Then let's talk about how that was presented, right? How did that idea get stuck in your head based on what we're learning about sticky ideas, right? So if your English teacher did tell you about, let's say they talked to you about paragraph structure or a sentence structure, right? Or whatever that thing is to help you write that comes to your mind when you sit down to write. It can be on the sentence level, it can be on the paragraph level, it can be on the essay level. It can be grammar, it can be mechanics, it can be anything, okay? Anything that you think of that you can hopefully something that you can kind of trace back to perhaps a specific teacher that set up this moment that somehow it got stuck, right? That's what we're heading for. So again, there's no wrong answers, right? So you're going to tell me the story about how that happened, okay? And that's kind of like the part of the first prompt right here. What are the essential elements of writing that we think of as you are composing, right? What helps you to remember them? How did those particular ideas that stuck with us survive, right? It's that story, right? It's that ninth grade English teacher, 10th grade English teacher, seventh grade, whatever, right? Or it's somebody else. It doesn't have to be an English teacher. It's somebody who influenced a particular idea. And then kind of as part of this process too, I think about, okay, are there some elements of writing that you kind of struggle with, right? Are there some that you go, man, I wish I had something to I can't do whatever, right? Conclusions. I suck at conclusions, right? Or I can't, how do you start a paper, right? It can be any of those things, right? How do I start a paper? How do I write this? How do I do that? Those are great questions. We're going to just talk about those, okay? Just address those. So then I know that gives me information, things we can kind of think about. And then those ideas can become part of project two. We can dive into those. How do we then make them sticky, right? All right. How do we learn those? Right. So you're going to essentially, for the purpose here, I'm going to talk about the purpose real quick. You're going to tell a story about yourself as a learner and then explain the significance of the story you developed and are continue to develop as a learner, and more specifically as a writer, right? You're learning, because this class is about learning writing, right? All right. So a couple pages, 3 pages, double space, Times New Roman font, all of the standard stuff there. But you have questions about that, just let me know. Obviously, your audience is going to be all of us, right? You're telling me the story. You're going to tell your classmates the story. So that's kind of where we're kind of hone in on, right? And then I give you this, there's this nice outline here. I give it an effective introduction, it establishes the importance, kind of give us what's kind of coming, give us some of the details, give us your thoughts and your feelings, a thorough explanation of the significance in this story, okay? What did you learn? Give us a clear, well-organized narrative, kind of like set up the story. I'm trying not to be too prescriptive, right? Hey, this is exactly how to do it. I want you to kind of feel free with it too. And then I love a good title. All right, so let's think about a really, really cool title. All right, guys. It sounds like they're emptying the garbage outside. So it sounds like there's a truck going through my living room right now. But anyway, all right, guys. Hope you have a great week. This is about Project One, our learning writing narrative. If you have other questions about that, let me know. But we'll be talking about it some more soon too. Okay. Take care. Stay safe. Stay awesome. Bye.